What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I am back with another Out of the Theater review. Now, this week, doing something a little different. It's summer movie season. Did a big action movie a couple weeks ago with The Fall Guy. Did another kind of big sci-fi movie with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes last week. This week, I decided to go see a little movie called If. Now, this is it's a family film. It's PG. So not the same style of movie. Like next week's Furiosa. So you got all these big blockbusters in this family movie. So I went to check it out. I'm going to give you my 2 cents. But before I do, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified every time new videos drop. Also, give me a thumbs up down below. And let me know in the comments if this is a movie that you're interested in seeing or not seeing. Or if you did see it, did you like it? Did you hate it? I want to know. This was written and directed by John Krasinski. Of course, he directed the first 2 Quiet Place movies. He's an actor, if you don't know. Jim Halpert from The Office, Jack Ryan on Amazon. I like him. I think he's good. He also stars. I wouldn't say he stars in this movie. He's in it, but he's not like the star of the movie. And as far as that goes, you do have Ryan Reynolds and a bunch of famous people voicing the characters. I will say the movie is interesting. It is actually an interesting movie. It reminded me a little bit of. It didn't feel like most modern family movies. And what I mean by that is I feel like a lot of times now, these kind of kids movies or family movies, they're very loud. They're very like, people are always screaming. It's like very over the top. And this felt more like a throwback, honestly, to like an 80s or 90s style family movie. Like there's some moments in here that are more serious. The tone is not as like ratcheted up to 11, even though it's a movie about imaginary friends. The tonally, it's a little bit more. I wouldn't say serious. Well, there's some serious moments in it, but I wouldn't say like it's serious, but it's just not that, constant barrage of like sound and color that a lot of family films tend to be. So I actually appreciated that. I thought the acting in this was really good. The main girl, I don't know her name. I've never seen her in anything. She's really good in this movie. I enjoyed her performance. I thought Ryan Reynolds was actually really good. I know he's hit or miss for people. Some people really like him. Some people can't stand him. This was the kind of role where like, if you're a fan of his, obviously he's fine. But if you're not, you won't be that annoyed. He was not very annoying. His style of humor obviously was way toned down because this is a PG movie. So he's not like as rated R and, as raunchy or anything like that. And the sarcasm is dialed back just a bit. It's still there because that's his style of humor, but it's not as bad. So like if you do hate him and you do go to see this with your kids or something, you probably won't be as annoyed as usual. On that front, as far as a kid's movie, I think there was one kid. I heard this kid up in the theater behind us, and I just hear him like asking his mom or dad, like, "Is this a long movie?" And it made me laugh. I could see younger kids maybe getting bored because this movie is telling a story, and I don't know if they will quite enjoy that story. I will say, if you have older kids, I'm talking like 10, 11, 12, 13, like that age range, preteens into early teens. Yes, I think they will get more enjoyment out of it. I think they'll be able to follow along a little bit better. And some of the more serious moments, I think they will get, because this is what, like I said, to me, this feels like a throwback. Like, this is not a spoiler. We don't do spoilers here. But it does deal with some darker not tones, but like moments. There's death in this movie, which I respected. Like a lot of times movies shy away from it or things like that. So there's a little bit of trauma, but not like so much that it's overly too much for younger kids. So I do think they handled it well. I think Krasinski did a great job behind the camera. I like the design of a lot of the imaginary friend characters. There's like bears and dogs, and one's a marshmallow and a unicorn. And I thought they looked good. I like the CGI on them. Steve Carell, he plays one of the main ones. He was good. So I like the movie. As far as negatives, I mean, I don't think this is like a game changer, family film. It's not a musical, which was cool. Like there's a musical number in it, but it's more for humor. And then it's kind of to, just to have a big kind of dance scene. It's not like singing, and none of the characters sing. So it's not a musical, which was cool. Yeah, I think it was good. Very good. I think the movie was very good, but not like an elite, all-timer where I'm going to be like, oh, this was like, as far as family films go, I don't think it's super memorable, but I do think while watching it, it was enjoyable. I thought it was pretty cute, honestly. I thought there were some good touching moments in there. And it was, again, while a little more on the serious side, it wasn't too too overly serious, and it was, not overly lighthearted, which I think some of these family movies suffer from. So I thought it was a good movie, honestly. I'm going to give it, take the score as a family movie, okay? I'm not saying that if you don't have kids, rush out and go watch it right now. I mean, you might like it if you just like these kind of movies, but take your kids. If you have kids, like I said, I think they will like it. A little bit older, they will like it. I'm going to give it like a 7.5. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a very good family film. I will be back with another Out of the Theater review this weekend. I will be seeing The Strangers for all the grown-ups. So until then, take it easy.